Good morning, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I just want you to like and subscribe to my channel. Please, if you love me, well, if you know you don't love me and you don't like what I'm saying, my content, but please subscribe and like. Thank you. So, we're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. But before I go further, I actually listed one of the red flags yesterday, which is if your or your partner's sex drive, that's the urge, is very high. We talked about the higher part yesterday, and someone asked me a question, or no, she made a statement that, but ladies love sex, so there's no how they can get tired if they marry a nymphomaniac or something. So I tried to explain to buttress my point. Yes, every woman loves sex. Every man loves sex. Even despite the fact of the situation of the country, every man will still warm his bed with his wife at night or his partner. Likewise, every woman. But when it comes to being a nymphomaniac, for example, a woman marrying a nympho, someone that has a very high sexual urge, my dear, as time goes on, the woman will get tired. Because don't forget that during courtship or relationship, you guys were not living together. Let me put it that way. So it's possible you don't get to have sex every day. But once your dowry is being paid and you start living together, and if he's a man that loves sex, like he's a real nympho, his sexual urge is very, very higher, way higher than yours, then there's a problem. Don't forget, you might be enjoying it in the first maybe 1-2 years of your marriage, but when childbirth sets in, when you start bearing children, you start having children, don't forget, when a woman starts having children, her sexual urge reduces. Go is according to research. I'm not saying it because I want to say it. I'm saying it because I have experienced it personally. And some other women, when you ask them, they'll tell you the same. When you start giving birth as a woman, if you were very active sexually, it begins to, go down. Why? Because before you think of taking care of the children, before you think of taking care of the household chores, before you, if you're a type of woman, a career woman, that you leave the house as early as 5 o'clock and you get back home 8 o'clock, you get back home, you still attend to the children's homework, my dear, if you get married to a nymphomaniac, you will not be able to cope. That's the truth. You will not be able to cope. And that's where you see fight setting, argument. But you were not like this when I married you. Has the man actually forgotten that more responsibilities came in? Has the man actually forgotten that once a woman is pregnant and she gives birth, she can never be like she was? Yes. Has he forgotten that psychologically, the woman can never be the same? Even her body. So that's the part I was trying to explain. Now let's twist it the other way around. Let's assume the woman is an nympho and the man doesn't really like sex. Okay. We know every man likes sex. Yes, every man likes sex. So when you get married to a woman that has a higher sexual urge, well, it's possible. It's possible as time goes on, the woman's sexual urge begins to come back to the normal one. What do I mean by normal one? Yes, a normal one, a human being actually has to reason as a woman that, yes, this is the time I want to make love, not abnormally having it every day, every minute. Because when childbirth comes in, career, household chores, there's no how a woman that loves sex wants to leave her child crying without attending to him or her. Am I right? Yes. So that begins to affect the woman's sexual urge, the high urge. Well, the man might now have a problem if the man is actually used to it. Because in order to please your wife, you're actually going to, do some things. You're actually going to cross some hurdles. Let's assume the man is now used to it. That is when it becomes a problem. Because you got married to a nympho just to please her because you love her, you're not used to sex, and now she's drawing back. That's what happens. Every woman loves sex. I love sex. Good sex. Yes, I love sex. And that's why I just want to say something, to buttress my point. When I was much younger, I loved sex. It's possible I can even be having it every day. But when I got married, when the kids start coming in, I'll think of how to, maybe over the night I was doing a video, rocking my leg without music. In the morning, I'm tired from Monday to Sunday, while the man is sleeping somewhere, snoring. Are you trying to tell me that such a man will come and wake me up in the middle of the night or in the morning and say, I want to get down? I will so back at him. Like, don't you have feelings? I had to take care of the baby all through the night. Then if you want it that way, let's be rotating it. You take care of baby today, I take care of baby tomorrow. Then let's balance the equation. So, but another thing is, as I got younger, older, I don't know, the urge just dropped. It dropped. It's not menopause. Don't even look at me like, oh, they enter menopause. I never enter menopause. But it's just a natural, it's a normal thing. I wake up 4 o'clock every day. I leave my house 5 a.m. or after 5, after attending to the kids. I get to the office with Lagos traffic. I get home like 7:30. Still check the children's assignment. Sign their communication book. Get their uniforms ready for the next day, polish their shoes. I'm thinking, oh, what are they going to take to school tomorrow? I check the timetable. For instance, it's beans and plantain. I have to cook the beans midway, that night. Maybe I get to sleep like 12:01. Do you think any man will now come and touch me and say, come? The way I will so scream at you, like my alarm will sound in the next 3 hours. Leave me alone, and the border will be closed. Whether you like it or not, I'll close the border till maybe weekend. So I think I've explained better on that, and I believe you understand that part of marrying a man that has a very high sexual urge. Now, when you marry a man that does not like sex, that does not really like sex, maybe you have to force him. While you were cutting, maybe you didn't have any opportunity of getting down. Not that I'm supporting premarital sex, so I'm not. If you know you can hold your body, fine. If you know you cannot hold your body, may the Lord give you the strength. So let's assume you got married to a man that, his sexual urge is very, very low. This man can decide to make love once in a month. And you are the type that, at least, not that you are a nympho, but at least maybe 2 or 3 times in a week is okay. If you know you can't cope while you're dating, please move on. To avoid stories that touch the heart. To avoid, had I known. Why did I even marry yourself? Before you start allowing somebody to service your engine outside because your man cannot meet up with your sexual demand. So that's also a red flag. Stay off from such a relationship. Except you know that, oh, okay, no problem. I'm not really a sex drive, so once in a month is okay. Once in a month. If you can cope once in a month, well and good. Some people can even stay months without having sex. It's not food, but it's a necessity in marriage. Let me remind you about that. So if you see that as a red sign, a red flag, please take a walk. Now let's go to some men that are very aggressive. The way men are aggressive is the same way a woman is aggressive. Yes. Now let's talk about the men first. When a man is aggressive, domestic violence will be involved. Emotional violence will be involved. Financial violence will be involved. A lot of us just talk about domestic violence. He slapped my face is swollen. Some people die more of emotional violence. How do I mean by that? There are some people, they take words to heart. Yes. When their man talks down at them, he says some horrible words to them. It kills them internally, which can lead to depression. It's not until a man slaps you or breaks your head that can lead to depression. Emotional trauma. The man, he violates you emotionally. There was a time on one lady shared a story on Facebook. She said that after she put to bed just one child, that when her husband wanted to sleep with her husband now said her private part was too wide. You can imagine a woman that sacrificed her life to bring forth a child for you. You now say such word. And the woman was like, she was being depressed. That the man would just look at her and say, look at your tummy, you have a big tummy. For Christ's sake, a woman that sacrificed that much for you. And she said, what will she do? I now give her this advice. I said, next time your man comes to you and says he wants to sleep with you, and maybe starts complaining that you're wide, tell him to also double up his game. That means his manhood is too small. Let's see what happens. He's going to keep quiet. Men hate it when you insult them with, as in like body shaming. Even if the guy is endowed, just tell him that. You see his hands, you will break his wings. How can a man say that? See, me, I have got a Jojo tank. I have a big tummy. And it's a pride from my cesarean section I had for my 2 kids, to have my 2 kids. And I'm proud of it. And for one day, my husband has never body shamed me. The only thing he and the kids can do at home is just laugh over it and say, oh, see mommy's tummy wobbly like a malani wedu, and we just laugh about it. I have never put on a clothing and my husband will say, go and take it off, your stomach is too big. Never. And I thank God for that. So if while cutting, you have a boyfriend that is always telling you, come, why is your buttocks like this? It's too flat. Why are you too endowed in front? When he gets married to you, he will body shame you more. Because when you start giving birth, your body will change more. Will you be able to cope? I hope you won't fall into depression. If you know you can cope, then don't see it as a red flag. But if you know you cannot cope, you're the one that keeps words to heart, please, you need to run. Walk out of that relationship. Men too. There are women that give their men emotional violence, physical violence. I remember growing up, my mom said there was this woman in their village that anytime she beats her husband, she, this village, this thing that they find you bring a fowl or something. Do you know what she does? She would have gone to give them the fowl ahead of the fight. Like, okay, well, I want to beat my husband, and this is the fowl you asked from me. So you can imagine, we still have such women that when they are hungry, they can fling anything at you. Also, they can violate you emotionally. Look at your mates. Your mates have made it. See, you don't even have a car. Why did I even marry you in the first place? You're just a failure. You are this, you are that. Look at so person's husband. She went to give birth in America. Are you not a man? Does he have 2 heads? That one also kills the pride of a man. So if you know you are that type, please change. If you know you're into a relationship that has that, you also please desist from such relationship. Desist from such relationship. Desist from such relationship. Run, and run for your life. Now, another one is you marry a man that is over possessive. He's too jealous. I have an aunt. When she goes out and comes back, and she takes off her pants, maybe to have a bath, do you know her husband goes to sniff it? It was there I heard that sperm had a smell. She'll go and sniff it to know if his wife actually slept with a man. That is being over possessive. Being over possessive. I was watching a drama yesterday, and this lady married a man that was over possessive. To the extent, once she sees this thing like this on her phone, it's problem. Do you know what the man actually later did? He now went, because he felt the wife was having an affair, got someone's blood that had HIV and poisoned his wife's drink. So the wife fell sick and he called a nurse. When the nurse got there, gave the nurse 150,000 and said that there's this blood oath they do in their family. If the woman doesn't take it, she will die. And so the nurse had no choice. She needed money. And she injected the woman with that HIV blood. That's what an overpossessive man can do. No one is saying don't care for your wife. No one is saying don't get jealous. Yes, get jealous. Oh, babe, you're looking too hot. I hope men will not. That will even make your wife so free. When she comes back, do you know some person asked me out? I saw one man in his car. He'll be free. But once he sees that you are a lion, that you must not hear that. Is Igbaju ba slap. So you even allowed him to look at you. You even looked at him in the first place. Those kind of men, you need to run for you. That's not love. It's lust. Obsession. He's obsessed. She's obsessed. Some women go out to fight other women because he's dating my boyfriend, not even husband. Though. Will you be able to cope? I heard of a story of a girl. If she gets to her boyfriend's house and she sees a man, a girl there, do you know what she'll do? She'll destroy everything in that house. From the TV set to anything in that house, she'll destroy it. So is that the kind of woman you want to marry? You want to end up with? Run for your life. Is that the kind of man you want to end up with? That's going to infect you with HIV just because he's jealous? My dear brother and sister, please run for your life. Run for your life. Okay, he doesn't want you to go on social media. It will start from stop Facebooking. Okay. My husband says I should not Facebook again. All right, no problem. From that, don't use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is even disturbing. Before you know it, it shuts you out of the world. You don't know what is even happening. He will collect out your Android phone and get you one small palace, a torchlight. And he knows you can't do anything on it. My dear, you are in bondage in that relationship. That's not a relationship. That's a prison yard. That's what? A prison yard. So, my beautiful sisters and brothers, I want you to check if there are any red flags in your relationship. If you know you can work on them, if you know you can condone, you can actually tolerate, fine. But if you know you cannot, please run for your dear life. That's a red signal that is not your man. That's a red signal that is not your woman. Thank you for listening to today's topic, and I would like to plead with you again. If you know you're enjoying what I'm doing and you want to encourage me, please kindly subscribe to my channel and press the like button, so whenever I have any update, it pops up on your screen. Till I come your way again, I remain Drama Queen. Bye.